Hi everybody, this is Nixie with Coyote Bird Tarot, and I'm here to do an all signs reading, Aries through Pisces. Timestamps will be in the description box in the first comment. We're going to look at what is happening this week for each sign, and we're going to use runes, and I will pull you an advice card after each one. So let's go ahead and start with Aries. So for Aries, please, what do we have coming in this week? We're going to do 3 runes for past, present, and future. All right. So for the past, you have Ingus, which is a rune of growth, fertility. It's a seed that has sprouted. So I take this as you have started something new and it's growing for you. And you've, put in the work to fertilize it and get it to continue sprouting. In the present, though, we have Isa, which is the rune of ice, stillness. It can indicate being stuck or stagnant. It could just be that you're taking a break and regrouping, though. It's kind of Four of Swords energy, a little bit of the Hanged Man, suspense, and it can be, in this case, reviewing what you've put your energy into, kind of Seven of Pentacles, thinking about this new growth and how you can keep it going. But it looks like for right now it is stagnant. So a snapshot of the future as things stand right now, and you get Iwaz, which is the rune of the yew tree. It represents polarities, opposite forces, kind of like the Chariot or Temperance, taking opposing forces and bringing them together, making them work together. Excuse me, folks. So it could be that you're going to look at where you can bring these two forces together, how you can have the stillness and calm, but the new growth as well. I was also can talk about it represents Yggdrasil, the world tree. And the world tree is the sort of center of all the different realms, all the different worlds in Norse mythology. And so it could also be talking about how to bring two different worlds together for that new growth. So let's see, for Aries, please, what can they change about this situation? And what do they need to know that they cannot change? So, what you can change about the situation. You got Dagas, which is a rune of transformation, of breakthrough. It's kind of the dawn breaking. Sorry, I think I used a little too much sage earlier. Sorry about that. So, what you can do to change the situation and to break out of this stillness is leave yourself open for insight, for aha moments. I hope you can't hear that. My cat is having the zoomies in the hallway. Thunderous pause. Yeah, while you're in this still place, be receptive. Keep yourself open to insights and breakthroughs. Call on your creative energy that is growing with this seed and see what comes out. So what you need to know that you cannot change is Perthro, which is the rune of the dice cup. It talks about taking a risk, taking a chance, a gamble. It can also talk about hidden things in the unknown, kind of like the High Priestess. um, or even the moon. Um, so to some degree, what you need to know that you can't change is hidden. But you need to take a risk on whatever this is. When you have that aha moment, when you get that flash of insight, take a chance on it. So now let's look at, for Aries, how the outcome has changed from doing this reading now that you have all this information. And, oh, nice. You get Fehu, which is the rune of wealth, movable wealth, like money. It used to represent cattle because that was a form of currency. Um, so, yeah, if you follow those breakthrough moments and take a risk on them, the outcome is definitely positive, favorable. It may bring more money to you, more financial security. And again, I don't know what this situation is, but you're growing something, and if you continue to leverage your insights, it'll bring more growth, and uh, it appears to be financial growth as well. So let's draw you an advice card. For Aries, please, what advice do we have? For Aries, what is their advice? All right. First quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation, which is exactly what I was talking about with Isa. Come on, focus. There we go. So while you're sitting in this still, possibly stagnant place, take time to assess and reflect. Get in that Seven of Pentacles energy. But be receptive to these ideas. Trust your intuition, trust your gut. And, if you take a risk on whatever that intuition tells you, the outcome should be favorable. So, Aries, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when I get more readings uploaded. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much. All right, Taurus, you're up. So for Taurus, please, what is going on this week? Please give me clear, guided messages for Taurus. Just going to stir these up a little bit. All right, for Taurus, past, present, and future. All right. So, let's get these centered a little bit. So, for the past, you have Tiwaz, which is the rune of justice, it's a rune of Tyr, who is a god who, he is very much concerned with justice in the broader sense. Not so much the little fiddly legalities, but just this is right, that is wrong. It's also a rune of sacrifice. Tyr sacrificed his right hand so that they could bind Fenris the wolf. So it may be that you have been making sacrifices, you've been working hard for justice, for change, to find what's right in your life. So in the present, we have Gebo, which is a rune of exchange. It's a gift or an exchange. The concept behind it is a gift for a gift. Equal give and take, kind of Six of Pentacles energy. And again, that actually ties into that concept of justice. It's not exactly an obligation. If someone gives you a gift, you're not obliged to give one back, but it's kind of what's fair, what's right. So you're getting some give and take in this situation. You're exchanging, it could be money, it could be time or energy, it could be services, anything, goods, but there's an exchange going on. So let's get a snapshot of the future. And you get Berkano, which is a rune of regeneration and new growth, rebirth. Similar to the Judgment energy, but not so much revisiting as just, this stump you cut off at the roots is now regenerating and growing again. So what I'm feeling is this exchange is going to lead to new growth, which is fantastic. So let's look at what you can change about the situation for Taurus, please. And what you need to know that you cannot change. All right. So what you can change, you get Dagas, which is a rune of transformation, of breakthroughs, the aha moment, an epiphany. And again, Aries got this rune in the same position, and I'm thinking, and what I'm feeling is this rune, this exchange is going to lead to an insight that you need to take advantage of. So what you need to know that you cannot change is Ansus, which is a rune of communication. It can be a rune of kind of poetic frenzy, or divine inspiration. So it could be, with the communication aspect, that people are talking about you. Could be gossip, could be talking you up, could be anything. Just, hey, have you heard blah, blah, blah. And it could be that this discussion about you, it could be tied into this exchange. It could be an exchange of information that's going to lead to this breakthrough moment. And that will lead to new growth. So let's see how the outcome has changed now that you have all this information. For Taurus, please, what is the outcome? And you get Perthro, the dice cup, which has meanings. It could be that things are hidden. It's kind of the unknown, but it's also a rune of taking a gamble. As I said, it's the dice cup. So you're taking a risk with this. But I get the feeling that all of this, the communication, the exchange, the insight, is going to lead to you taking a gamble that will be very fruitful. So let's draw you an advice card for Taurus, please. What is their advice? What is the advice for Taurus, please? Okay, well, you get two. You have full moon in Libra, find a balance. And first quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. So, yeah, this actually really ties in well with Tiwaz and Gabo being about justice and exchange. Definitely you're finding a balance. That equal give and take, whatever it is you're giving and taking. And I think with Ansus here, it may be that you're giving and taking communication, ideas, information, and assessing the situation, taking that information and turning it into an insight and moving forward with it. So Taurus, that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. I hope you will like the video, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. All right, Gemini, you're next. So, what is happening this week for Gemini? All right, we've got past, present, one more for Gemini, and future. So, for the past, you get Suilu, which is the rune of the sun. It's, you know, warmth, light, very similar to the sun card in the tarot. Joy, happiness, and yeah, you clearly have had something good happening in the past that just brought light into your life. So let's see what the present energy is. You get Fehu, which is the rune of wealth, of, you know, money, any kind of goods you can exchange kind of as currency. So your mind is on your money and your money's on your mind, as they say. And it may be that this warmth and light has brought you to a more abundant place, a more prosperous place. And right now that's what you're focused on. So let's see what a snapshot of the future is. You get Taurus, which is the thorn. It's rune of protection. It can be rather harsh protection. It's not gentle. It can represent a wall of thorns. So it may be that you feel like you need to protect your money, which is good. Always protect your money. It could be that you need to withdraw a bit and protect yourself. Put up walls or shields, or you know, even just lock your money away. Possibly kind of a Four of Pentacles energy. So let's see what you can change about this situation for Gemini, please. And what you need to know that you cannot change. And, oh, that's great. You get Jera, which is the rune of the harvest. Sorry, guys, I have a little bit of a tremor. So this represents cycles, you know, reaping what you sow. It can represent a time period of 1 year. So literally, you know, sowing and a harvest kind of thing. So yeah, what I get here is that what you need to change, or what you can change, is just generally patience, time, but also sowing seeds that, you know, for what you want to get back. Kind of the golden rule, you know, treat others as you wish to be treated. Put out there what you want to get back. And you will, you know, harvest what it is you want. So let's see what the energy is that you need to know and cannot change. And that is Iwaz, which is the rune of the yew tree. Polarities, opposing forces coming together, opposites attracting. So, interesting. Let me feel my way through this for a minute. So it may be that this warmth and light and, you know, cash flow has you pulling in opposing forces. Basically figuring out what you're putting out there, what you'll get back, and how to tie it all together and protect it. Yeah, how to bring two different worlds together. Interesting. So let's see now that you have all this information, let's see how the outcome has changed. For Gemini, please, how has the outcome changed for them? And you get Bracano, which is the rune of new growth, regeneration, rebirth. So yeah, whatever it is you're sowing here, it's going to go well. Again, do keep it protected, keep it safe, but it's going to flourish, it's going to start growing. And yeah, you're going to have a bountiful harvest, whatever this is. So let's pull you an advice card. For Gemini, please, what is their advice? For Gemini, what advice do you have, please? Nope, that's too many. What advice do you have for Gemini, please? All right, you've got New Moon in Leo, shine. Which, honestly, from the Sun card, it sounds like you have been doing. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There we go. So, yeah, just go out there, be that warmth and light in the world, sow seeds that will come back in a positive way. And if you have, diverging choices, different options, see how you can bring them together and make them work together. So, Gemini, that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. I hope you will like, share, and subscribe. And make sure to hit the notification bell so that you always know when I've uploaded a new reading. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. All right, Cancer, you are up. Let me stir these up good. All right, for Cancer, let's get past, present, and future, please. For Cancer, future. All right, so your past energy is Ingus, which is a rune of fertility, growth. It represents a sprouted seed. It can be represented with just the little diamond in the middle, in which case it's a seed that is not yet sprouted. So you have had some growth in your past, some real abundance. Things are starting to burgeon with new life. And you've been planting seeds. For the present energy, you get Iwaz, which is a rune. It represents the yew tree. Specifically, it represents the world tree, Yggdrasil, which is, in Norse mythology, it's where all the other worlds conjoin. So it talks about polarities, opposites attracting, bringing opposing forces together, kind of like the Chariot. So yeah, you've been, with this new growth, you've been pulling things together and trying to make them harmonize. So in the future, you have Dagaz, which is a rune of insight, of breakthroughs, transformation, breaking dawn, the light coming back. So this work here in the middle with bringing these polarities together is definitely giving a breakthrough. Things are transforming, growing into something new. So let's see what you can change about the situation. For Cancer, please. And what you need to know that you can't change about the situation. All right. What you can change is Fehu, the rune of wealth, money, movable wealth, stocks and bonds, things like that, goods and services. Well, goods more than services. Excuse me. So this could be how you apply your money. You know, that you need to focus it on whatever this is that's growing, and these opposing forces that you're pulling together, invest in that. And it will lead to this breakthrough. What you need to know that you cannot change is Raido, which is the rune of the journey. It's more about the method of how you get there than the actual outcome. So focus on the means you're taking to do this, to bring everything together. Focus on how you're getting there and not as much on where you're going. And that should lead to this insight, this breakthrough. Yeah, focus on the journey. Let's see how the outcome has changed now that you have all this information. For Cancer, please. How has the outcome changed? And you get Ansus, which is a rune of communication, of divine inspiration. So, yeah, people are going to talk. People are going to have things to say, not necessarily a bad thing. That breakthrough could be leading people to see you and, you know, say, oh, wow, have you heard about so-and-so? You know, have you heard about Cancer? They're blah, blah, blah. It could also be that this breakthrough will allow you to express your voice, which may be what's needed to bring growth or to continue the growth. So let's get you an advice card, Cancer. For Cancer, please, what advice do you have? Whoa, dropping my deck. What advice do you have for Cancer? What advice do we have for Cancer, please? Nope. What advice do we have for Cancer? That one. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. Interesting. So, I think what this is saying, this new growth has led to, you know, this harmony of polarities, to bringing together these forces. And with this journey, you want to leave the conflict behind that comes from these forces opposing each other and move forward to this breakthrough. As I said, focus your money on this. Focus your money on what you're doing, what you're pulling together, but also on how you're doing it. And you'll have this breakthrough, and there will be communication either from you, to you, or about you. And I really feel like with the breakthrough rune, with Dagas, it's going to be positive information. So Cancer, I hope that helped. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you always know when I've uploaded. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. All right. Leo, you're up. Let me stir these around again, so it's not all the same runes on the top. All right, for Leo, what's happening this week? past, present, and future. Past, present for Leo, and future. All right, so for the past, you have Manas, which is the rune of self and community. The people around you, your social circle, your, not just the people you live with or your partner or partners, but your wider community and how you function within it. So it could be that, yes, you've been doing a lot of work with the community, going out and spending time with friends and family, possibly going out and dating, but that appears to have been your focus. So for the present, you get Taurus, which is the thorn, and it's a rune of protection. And it can be fairly intense protection, really holding things at bay. So it may be that while you've been spending time with your community, you've wound up needing to pull back and protect yourself. Who knows? Maybe something happened, maybe someone did something or felt that you did something, but right now you're in a place of pulling in and protecting yourself. So for the future, you get Awaz, which is another journey rune, and it talks about cooperation with your journey, within your journey. So Awaz also represents cooperation, working with a partner. It can, and it pulling together with others for forward movement. So, yeah, it's similar to another rune. It's as much about how you make the journey as where you're going. And it generally indicates that you're on the right track in your journey. So let's see what you need to know, what you can change about this situation, and what you need to know that you cannot change. All right. So, what you can change is Isa, which is a rune of ice, stillness. It can indicate stagnancy or feeling stuck, but I think in this situation, it's a chance to be still, regroup, figure out what you're doing, where you're going, and protecting yourself. And it may be that whatever was going on over here with the community, you will find a way to rest, regroup, and move forward in a better way, with better partnerships. Now, what you need to know that you can't change is Rido, which is the other journey rune I was talking about. This one is it's more about how you get there, the sort of the method of conveyance, that, for example, you're not, stepping on people to climb the corporate ladder, but rather working with others, and just generally being a decent person as you move along the road of life. So you're clearly on a journey with getting both of these runes here. And that right there is what you can't change. You're going forward regardless. But I think if you keep Awaz in mind and build those partnerships, you'll have success. So let's see how the outcome has changed now that you have all this information. So what does the future look like now for Leo? And you got I was, which is a rune of polarities, opposites coming together, you know, harmonizing opposing forces. So yeah, this taking care of your partnerships, being careful with who you align with and moving forward will lead to this cooperation, coordination, um, and it'll lead to bringing your world to fruition. I was actually represents Yggdrasil, the world tree. So it's where all the worlds in Norse mythology come together. Um, so I really do see this as pulling together all these opposing forces and balancing them, you know, and moving forward harmoniously. So let's get you an advice card, Leo. What advice do we have for Leo, please? All right, what advice do we have for Leo? All right. We've got New Moon in Gemini, think it through, which is pretty much exactly what I was saying with Issa and Thurusaz there, and even Rido. Take time to collect yourself, to figure out how you want to proceed, and to keep yourself safe while you're making that decision. And then move forward, you know, bring those forces together and harmonize them, and you will be successful in your journey. So Leo, that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. And please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time. All right, Virgo, you are up. Let's see what's happening for Virgo this week, past, present, and future. For Virgo. Oops. All right, so in the past, you have Thurusaz, which is the rune of the thorn. It's a rune of protection, very strong protection. So it may be that you've felt attacked or just overwhelmed, and you've pulled back into yourself to protect yourself. In the present, we have Athala, which is the rune of home and hearth. So this talks about not your broader community, but the people you live with, those in your immediate vicinity, the people you consider family. It includes roommates, because it is concerned with what's going on at home. So it may be that this upheaval that you've needed protection from is centered around the home, or it could just be that to get out of that, you have been spending time at home and focusing on your home life. Now, in the future, we have Iwaz, which is the rune of the yew tree. It talks about polarities and opposites attracting, bringing together opposing forces, and harmonizing them, much like the Chariot or Temperance even. So what I'm feeling here is whatever this is that's going on, you're pulling it together with your home life and trying to make them work together. So let's see what you can change about the situation, and what you need to know that you cannot change. All right. So what you can change is Awaz, sorry. This one is Iwaz. This one is Awaz. It's a rune of a journey. It talks about cooperation on the journey. It represents the horse and the rider, and working together on the journey. So it ties in with this Iwaz in terms of taking those forces that are disparate and pulling them together and cooperating to move forward. What you need to know that you cannot change is Gebo, which talks about a gift or an exchange, a gift for a gift. So again, it ties in very well with that partnership, working together, collaboration. So like it or not, you're gonna have to cooperate with others on this journey, whatever you're doing moving forward. But I think you'll be successful in pulling it all together and making it work together. So let's see how the outcome has changed from getting all this information. What does the future look like now for Virgo? Oh, nice. You got Ingus, which is a rune of growth. It represents a seed, in this case one that is sprouted. If you take off the little top and bottom legs, and it's just a diamond, which it's sometimes represented as, that's the seed before it sprouts. So yeah, this partnership, this cooperation, this exchange is going to bring new growth into your life. Fertility, abundance. It's not so much a money rune as it is just general abundance. You'll have good in your life, growth. So let's get some advice for you, Virgo. For Virgo, please, what advice do we have? What advice do we have for Virgo, please? For Virgo, what advice do we have? There we go. New moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. I really feel like this ties in beautifully with Awaz. You know, the partnership and collaboration, but taking the steps to lead in that. You know, to coordinate it all, to be the person in charge of it. So yeah, keep pulling things together, and it's going to lead to a lot of new growth. So Virgo, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment and hit that notification bell so you always know when I've uploaded. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much. All right, Libra. Let's see what is happening for you this week. I'm going to stir these up a little so we make sure we get what we should get and not just the same runes over and over. All right, for Libra, what is happening this week, past, present, and future? For Libra. All right. For Libra, in the past, we have Algies, which is a rune of protection. It represents sedge grass or the horns of an elk, or antlers, I guess, is what elks have. It's not as harsh as the rune Taurus, but it's definitely strong protection. It's not exactly hiding behind something, but it's having a shield in front of you. So whatever's going on, you felt the need to protect yourself, maybe put up a wall or a shield against something. For the present, we have Hagalaz, which is the rune of hail. It represents upheaval, chaos, similar to the tower energy. Things getting broken down so that new growth can happen. So whatever this need for protective energy has, been. Yeah, you've been pulling in preparation for this upheaval is what I'm getting. In the future, though, we have Wonjo, which is the rune of joy, happiness, fulfillment. There's really not much more to say about that. The meaning is joy. So whatever this upheaval is, it will smooth out and you'll find joy. So let's see what you can change about the situation and what you need to know that you cannot change. All right. So what you can change, you get Kenaz, which is the rune of fire. It represents insight, sort of the opening of your mind, enlightenment. It can be painful enlightenment. It's not a gentle rune so much as just boom, you know, and maybe it hurts. Doesn't have to, but just a slight warning that it can be very intense with the insight. So yeah, what you can change is, with all this upheaval, think about what's causing it, where it's leading, how you can best ride it out and make use of it to get to this place of joy. And then what you need to know that you cannot change is Ingus, which is a rune of growth, fertility, burgeoning new life. It's the seeds that you've planted have started sprouting. So, yeah, it's basically saying, regardless of what's going on up here, things are growing, things are moving. And what you need is to open yourself to understanding and insight to see where you're going so you can get to joy. So let's see how the outcome is changed with all this information. For Libra, please. And you get Thurisaz, which is a rune of protection. It's the thorn. It's what I was talking about over here. It's a little harsher than Algi's, but I'm not reading it so much as you need to protect yourself, although always do that, but that you are protected. And this upheaval may be rough. It's similar to tower energy, but it's leading to growth and insight, and you will be protected on this journey to joy. So let's get you an advice card. For Libra, please, what advice do we have? Excuse me. For Libra, please, let's get some advice. What advice do you have for Libra? New Moon in Virgo, trust all will be well, and that is exactly what I was saying. I love when a reading comes together. So yeah, that lines up with Wunjo, with Ingus. Things are moving forward. It may be a little scary and chaotic, but you will get to this place of joy and protection. So Libra, that's what I have for you. I really hope it helped. If it did, I hope you will like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Alright, Scorpio, it's your turn. So, what do we have coming in for Scorpio this week? Past, present, and future. First, Scorpio. Alright, so, in your past, you have Manas, which is the rune of community and self in the sense of how you function within your broader community. So it could be that you have been spending a lot of time with friends and family. Excuse the cat hair. Um, you could have been doing volunteer work in your community. You could have just been hanging out with folks. So yeah, right now, in the past, you've been very focused on community. In the present, you have Taurus, which is the rune of the thorn. It's a protection rune. It may mean kind of withdrawing from your wider community and keeping to yourself, putting up a little bit of a wall or a boundary. Um, so it could be that something less than pleasant happened over here, or it could be that you just got overwhelmed with social time and needed some quiet time and are putting up a boundary to, to say, whoa, I need some time to myself. In the future, you have Naudis, which is the rune of need, of necessity, of constraints. So it could be that, well, it could be that you really needed this protection, this withdrawal, or it could be you need to focus on what it is you really need. If there are constraints in your life, how you can work around those. So let's see what you can change about the situation for Scorpio, please, and what you need to know that you cannot change. So what you can change, we have Isa, which is the rune of ice, stillness, can be stagnant. So it's frozen energy. It's kind of Four of Swords. Not as much focused on rest and recuperation as the Four of Swords, but that paused energy. And I think in that paused energy, what you can change is, again, thinking about constraints in your life, about necessity and need. What do you need to continue forward? Possibly, what do you need from your community to continue forward? What you need to know that you cannot change is Berkano, which is the rune of regeneration, regrowth, kind of judgment overtones, rebirth, fertility. It can be physical fertility. It can also be creative fertility, that kind of thing. So regardless of what is going on up here, there is new growth and change happening. And generally, Berkano is a very positive rune. So right now you may be in that mode of protecting yourself and thinking about need and constraint, but there is new growth coming. So just enjoy the pause, take your time, do what you need to do, reflect, rest, gather yourself so you can move forward into this new growth. So how has the outcome changed from getting all this information? The future now for Scorpio. And you get Ingus, which is another rune of growth. It's the sprouting seed. It means, the seeds that you've sowed out there in your community, the seeds that you've sown are sprouting. They're coming to fruition, and you'll be able to harvest them soon. So what I'm seeing here, I think that protecting yourself and taking time to rest, assess the situation, focus on what you really need is going to bring you the growth that you need. Yeah. Between Bergano and Ingus, this looks great. It's going to be a very fertile time for you, is what I'm feeling. So let's get you an advice card, Scorpio. For Scorpio, please, what advice do we have? What advice do we have for Scorpio? Okay. New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Yeah, that definitely ties in well. New growth can be change. So, you know, regrowth, regeneration, moving forward into this new growth. So, Scorpio, that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. All right. Sagittarius, you are up. Let me get these stirred around a bit. Okay, so for Sagittarius, what do we have coming in this week? We've got past, present, and future. All right, in the past, we have Berkano, which is a rune of regrowth and regeneration. It's a rebirth, similar to Judgment. So it may be that something in the past ended and now it's growing back again. Whatever the situation was, it could be a job, a relationship, it could be something in a friendship, it could be pretty much anything that is regenerating. Yeah, I mean, it could even be like financial, just anything. In the present, we have Othala, which is the rune of hearth and home. And Othala talks about your home, the people who live with you, your immediate community, not the broader one. So people you live with can be partners, family, friends, just roommates. But whatever this regeneration is, it's affecting your home. Hopefully for the better, but we'll continue reading and see. In the future, you have Ansus, which is a rune of communication and divine inspiration. So what I'm feeling here is whatever this new growth is, regrowth, it's going to cause talks in your home life. There will be some kind of discussion. And it could be just, you know, a family meeting, or it could be improving communications. Generally, I don't read this as an argument kind of thing. But since I kind of get that, I will throw it out there. But let's see what else we get. So what you can change about the situation, and what you need to know that you cannot change. All right. For Sagittarius, what you can change is Taurus, which is the rune of the thorn. It's a protection rune. It's a pretty strong one. So it may be that you need to put up some walls or boundaries and protect yourself from whatever this is that's going on at home. What you need to know that you cannot change is Fehu, which is the rune of movable wealth, like money or goods of some sort. So whatever this is affecting your money. And it could be that this Taurus is talking about protecting your money. Yeah, it can also talk about where you're investing your money. So investing it into home or maybe a new home. But yeah, it could be that this new growth is bringing more money into the home, and you need to discuss how best to apply that money. So let's see how the outcome has changed, having done this reading. For Sagittarius, what is the future now, please? And nice, you get Suilu, which is the rune of the sun. And it's a slightly more gentle energy than the sun in the tarot, but it's a similar meaning: warmth, light, joy, uh, happiness. And what I'm feeling, yeah, this communication and the focus on your home life is going to bring happiness and joy. It's going to light up your life and just make you feel good. So let's get you an advice card, Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius in the way of advice? For Sagittarius, please, what advice do we have? What advice do we have for Sagittarius? Oh, you get to full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. And last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. And it's going to do the thing again. There we go. So, yeah, absolutely. With Ansu's, I really feel like that's going to be communications about the bigger picture. You need to discuss with whoever is in your hearth and home, whoever is immediate, if it's a partner, if it's children or parents, some kind of family, if it's just a roommate, if it's something that's going to affect your hearth and home, you need to discuss it. But the outcome is looking extremely favorable. And while you do that, do make time to take care of yourself, which can be, in my mind, what Taurus talks about as well is, as I said, putting up a boundary if you need to. That can be a form of self-care. If you're really stressed, take a bath, take a walk, do whatever it is that relaxes you. So Sagittarius, that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay. Throwing my runes around. I'm just trying to stir them around a little extra. Alright. Capricorn, it is your turn. So for Capricorn, what do we have happening this week? Past, present, and future. Capricorn. Alright. So, in the past, we have Tiwaz, which is a rune of justice and sacrifice. It's not so much fiddly little legal details as it is about the overarching concept of right and wrong. It is the rune of the god Tyr, who sacrificed his right hand so that they could bind Fenris the wolf. And Tyr did that because it was the right thing to do. Or what he felt was the right thing to do, because Fenris was very dangerous. So you've been dealing with figuring out what's right and wrong in this situation. You may have made some sacrifices along the way. Let's see what's in the present. Dagas, which is a rune of breakthrough and transformation. It talks about epiphanies, big change, the dawn breaking. So whatever this justice and sacrifice is over here, it is bringing about transformation in your life currently. So let's see what the future holds, and that is Jera, which is the rune of the harvest. It can represent reaping what you've sown. It can represent a time period of a year, but in the outcome like this, I feel like that means the year is up and you're reaping your harvest. So this breakthrough, the sacrifices, is going to lead to bringing in good things. You will get back what you put into a situation. So let's see what you can change about the situation and what you need to know that you cannot change. All right, that's straightened out. So what you can change is Suilu, which is the sun. Warmth, light, happiness. It's a more gentle energy than the sun card in the tarot, but because in the north, the sun was considered a more feminine energy. So it, you know, instead of burning, it brought new life. So you can pull yourself into that energy of warmth and happiness and growth. What you need to know that you cannot change is Iwaz, which is a rune of polarities, of opposites attracting, of bringing opposing forces together and making them work together, like the Chariot or the Temperance card. So with this Justice card and Dagas, the breakthrough transformation, you're going to need to pull disparate energies together and have them work harmoniously. But Dagas is a breakthrough, you know, so it feels like you're going to have to do this, but you will be successful at it, and you'll be able to reap a harvest from it. So let's see what the future looks like now that you have that information. How has the outcome changed for Capricorn, please? Whoa! Dropped that on the floor. Where did it go? Sorry, folks. And you get Athala, which is the rune of hearth and home. So I think all of this is working towards building a home, finding stability in your home life, spending time with your immediate family, roommates, partners, children, parents, those who you live with, and finding that warmth and happiness in your home life, reaping the harvest, making your house a home. So let's pull you an advice card, Capricorn. What advice do we have for Capricorn in this situation? What advice do we have for Capricorn, please? One card. There we go. First quarter moon in Pisces. Honor your feelings. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yes. Okay. So that actually does tie in pretty well with Dagas and Suilu. You need to, you know, whatever this breakthrough is that you have, you're going to transform the situation by blending these opposing forces. Find that warmth, honor your feelings, good or bad. It may be that that's what this breakthrough is figuring out, this is how I'm really feeling about the situation and moving forward with it. But I think if you do that, you are going to move into this positive place of harvesting what you've sown, and you're just making it a home. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. All right. Stir things around a little bit. Aquarius, your turn. So, what do we have coming in this week for Aquarius? Past, present, and future. Right. Yep, I saw that one. Let's put that back in. It's past, present, and future for Aquarius. Okay. All right. Let's get these straightened out. So, in the past, you have Perthro, the dice cup, which means you took a gamble, took a risk. It can also mean things that are hidden, but since it's in the past, I'm assuming you've been enlightened at this point. So you took a risk on something. Let's see how that's turned out in the present. And you get Iwaz, which is a rune of opposites working together, of polarities, bringing together opposing forces. So clearly you took a chance on pulling things together. I can't get more detailed than that with the runes, but let's see what a snapshot of the future looks like. And you get Algi's, which is the rune of protection. It represents sedge grass, which you could hide behind. It's very sharp, sharp edged. It also represents the antlers of an elk, which are also protective. So you're moving into this protective energy, which I feel is you protecting whatever this is that you're working on, bringing things together. It can also mean that you are protected, that you're being watched over. Let's see what you can change about the situation and what you need to know that you cannot change. All right. So what you can change is Suilu, the rune of the sun. So find the warmth and light in the situation. Focus on that. Focus on what makes you happy, what brings you joy. What you need to know that you cannot change is Gebo, which is a rune of gifts and exchanges, an equal give and take, kind of Six of Pentacles energy. The premise of Gebo is a gift for a gift. Not exactly an obligation, but more equal exchange. So whatever these opposing forces are that you're kind of pulling together, there is going to be an equal exchange, whether you are aware of it or not. So you need to give as much as you take and take as much as you give. Whatever this situation is. But doing that will still lead you to this protected place. How has the outcome changed for Aquarius now that they have all this information? Nice. You get Fehu, which is a rune of wealth, movable wealth, like money or goods. So yeah, this equal exchange, pulling together opposites, making them work in harmony, finding the warmth in yourself is going to lead you to wealth, prosperity, abundance. There's not much else to say there. It's all moving towards finances. So that looks fantastic for you, Aquarius. Let's get an advice card. So for Aquarius, what advice do we have? What advice do we have for Aquarius, please? What advice? Nope. That one. New moon in Cancer, relax. So I am linking that in with the sun, with Soilu, the sun rune. Finding that warmth and happiness, doing your self-care, whatever that looks like to you. It could be, a spa day. It could just be like a nice nap or a walk in the woods. It could be engaging in a hobby you enjoy that you find soothing and mesmerizing. Personally, I like to do crochet. And cross stitch. It's just very repetitive and soothing. But yeah, that will, I think, help you with this equal exchange and pulling things together. So Aquarius, that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. All right, Pisces, you are up. I'm just going to stir these around a little bit. Whoops, that one can go back in. Okay, for Pisces, what do we have happening this week? Past, present, and future. Okay, past. You have Athala, the rune of hearth and home. So you have been focused on your home life and your immediate surroundings, your immediate community, like those you live with, close friends and family. And I'll know more when I look at the other runes, but that is the general focus, is hearth and home. In the present, you get Kenaz, which is a rune of insight and fire. It can be painful insights, but it doesn't have to be. Just it's a little more harsh than it can be a little more harsh than just aha, you know. So what I'm seeing is that you are gaining enlightenment about your living situation, about where you live, who you live with. In the future, we have Lagus, which is the rune of water, flow, and healing. Point of interest, it can also represent a leek, as in the vegetable. That's a whole nother thing. So these insights may lead you to some healing work, to better understanding the flow of your emotions. So let's see what you can change about the situation. You get, well, let's see what you need to know that you cannot change. Okay, so you get Jera, which is the rune of the harvest. Jera talks about reaping what you sow. It can talk about patience and time. It can talk about the span of 1 year. So yeah, you're looking at the seeds you've sown at home and what they're producing. You're getting insight about this, and hopefully it will lead you to this healing energy. What you need to know that you cannot change is Manaz, which is the rune of the self and how you work, how you deal with your larger community. Oh, that's interesting. So, let's see if I can articulate this. What I'm feeling is you're getting insights about how to expand whatever you're doing at home into your larger community. What seeds you can sow, and what you will get out of it, and that is going to lead to this healing energy. Let's see how the outcome has changed now that you have all this information. For Pisces, what does the future look like now? And you get Thurasaz, the rune of the thorn. It's a very protected energy and protective. So with Lagus, what it may be talking about is learning to set boundaries in your larger community. That may be what you've been doing at home with those closest to you, and the insight is telling you you need to plant those seeds in your wider community. And that if you're planting those seeds at home, it will affect your wider community and lead to this healing and protected energy. So let's get you an advice card, Pisces. For Pisces, what advice do we have? Okay, let's try that again. For Pisces, please, what advice do we have? What advice do you have for Pisces, please? All right. First quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. And that actually ties in beautifully with Jera. Whatever these seeds are you're planting, and this insight you're having, you are creating a new world for yourself in your wider community. And that is bringing in healing energy and protection. So Pisces, I hope that helped. That's what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and I will see you next time. And for those of you who may have sat through the whole thing, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. Have a good one.